When you first met your boss, they were charming, charismatic, and full of praise. You felt seen, valued, and excited for the future. This is a common experience. Narcissistic individuals are masters of first impressions. They draw you in with a vision of success and a promise of being part of something special. You worked hard, eager to please, and initially it seemed to pay off. They might have given you a high-profile project or publicly acknowledged your contributions. You felt like you were on the fast track, part of the inner circle. This initial phase, often called love bombing, is designed to secure your loyalty and make you dependent on their approval. It's intoxicating, and it's meant to be, but then, almost imperceptibly at first, things started to shift. A comment here, a public correction there. Suddenly, the praise became conditional, and the goalposts started moving. The first sign of trouble often comes in the form of a minor disagreement. You might have presented an idea that was slightly different from theirs, or perhaps you pointed out a potential flaw in their plan. The reaction was disproportionate. Instead of a healthy debate, you were met with coldness, dismissiveness, or even subtle ridicule in a team meeting. They might have said something like, "That's an interesting perspective, but let's stick to what works," effectively shutting you down. This is where the power struggle begins. It's not about finding the best solution for the company. It's about them maintaining control and a sense of superiority. They perceive any challenge to their ideas, no matter how small or well-intentioned, as a direct attack on their authority and intelligence. Your competence becomes a threat, not an asset. You might have tried to reason with them, presenting data and logical arguments to support your case. But you quickly learned that facts don't matter in a power struggle with a narcissist. Their goal isn't to be right, it's to win. They will gaslight you, making you question your own memory and judgment. They'll twist your words, saying, "That's not what I said," or "You're being too sensitive." They are experts at creating a narrative where they are the victim and you are the aggressor. The ungrateful subordinate. Trying to engage them in a logical debate is like playing chess with a pigeon. It will knock over the pieces, declare victory, and leave you wondering what just happened. The more you push back, the more they dig in. This is their arena, and they wrote the rules. So you stopped arguing. You decided to play a different game. Instead of directly confronting them, you started managing them. This is the crucial turning point. You realized that winning an argument wasn't the goal. Your peace of mind and professional survival were it. You began to strategically disengage. When they presented a flawed idea, you learned to ask questions that would lead them to discover the flaws themselves. For example, instead of saying, "This budget is unrealistic," you might ask, "Could we walk through the projected costs for Q3? I want to make sure I have the numbers right." This technique, known as Socratic questioning, allows them to maintain their sense of control while guiding them toward a better outcome. You are no longer a threat, but a helpful collaborator, helping them polish their own brilliant ideas. You also learned the art of giving them credit even when the idea was yours. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's a powerful strategy. In a team meeting, you might say, building on your excellent point about market expansion, I was thinking we could ... double quotes, this frames your contribution as an extension of their genius, not a challenge to it. You let them take the spotlight. Why? Because a narcissistic boss craves admiration and public validation above all else. By feeding that need, you neutralize them as a threat to you. You are no longer in a power struggle. You are a strategic partner in their quest for glory. This doesn't mean you become a doormat. It means you choose your battles wisely, focusing on what truly matters for your work and career, not on winning every small skirmish. You started documenting everything, not for a future confrontation, but for your own clarity. You kept a private log of directives, conversations, and project outcomes. This wasn't to prove them wrong, but to protect yourself from gaslighting and shifting goalposts. When they claimed, "I never told you to do that," you could calmly refer to your notes or a previous email. Not as an accusation, but as a simple point of clarification. "My apologies, I must have misunderstood." In my notes from our Tuesday meeting, I have this written down. Could you clarify the new direction? This objective, non-emotional approach removes the fuel for their fire. They can't argue with your calm, organized records. It grounds you in reality and prevents them from making you feel like you're losing your mind. Finally, you built your own network. You cultivated strong, positive relationships with colleagues in other departments. You made sure your good work was visible to other leaders in the organization, not just your boss. This served two purposes. First, it created a support system of people who saw your value and competence, counteracting the negativity from your boss. Second, it opened up other career possibilities within the company. Your future was no longer solely in the hands of one unpredictable individual. By avoiding the direct power struggle, you weren't giving up. You were playing a longer, smarter game. You preserved your energy, protected your mental health, and created your own pathways to success. All while letting your narcissistic boss believe they were the one in complete control.